The 1997 20-centimes coin of France is a small but meaningful piece of modern European monetary history. Although modest in value, this coin represents the final years of the French franc before the arrival of the euro. It carries symbols of the French Republic, reflects the artistic traditions of French coinage, and marks an important transition in Europe's economic history. For coin collectors, historians, and students of culture, the 1997 French 20-centimes coin is more than simple pocket change. It is a witness to the political identity, economic life, and artistic heritage of late 20th century France. The French franc had existed for centuries before the euro replaced it in 2002. By 1997, the franc was already approaching the end of its long life as the national currency of France. The 20-centimes coin was one of the smallest denominations still circulating at that time. Millions of French citizens used it every day in shops, cafes, public transport systems, and markets. It was a familiar object in ordinary life, carried in wallets and pockets across the country. The 1997 version belongs to the Fifth Republic coinage series. The Fifth Republic began in 1958 under the leadership of Charles de Gaulle, who restructured the French political system during a period of national crisis. Coinage during this era emphasized republican values, national unity, and modern design. The 20-centimes coin from 1997 continued this tradition through its imagery and inscriptions. The coin features the famous figure of Marianne on one side. Marianne is the national symbol of the French Republic. She represents liberty, reason, democracy, and the spirit of the French Revolution. Marianne usually appears wearing a Phrygian cap, a traditional symbol of freedom that dates back to ancient Rome and became associated with revolutionaries during the French Revolution of 1789. Her image has appeared on French stamps, government buildings, paintings, and coins for generations. On the obverse side of the 1997 coin, Marianne faces left with flowing hair and a calm expression. Around her appears the inscription République Française, meaning French Republic. The engraver's name, Lagraful, is also included near the portrait. The design reflects dignity and republican pride. It reminds users that even everyday money carries national identity and historical memory. The reverse side displays the denomination, 20 centimes, surrounded by agricultural symbols including an olive branch and wheat ear. Above the denomination appears the French national motto, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, meaning liberty, equality, fraternity. This motto originated during the French Revolution and later became the official motto of the French Republic. The three words express the ideals upon which modern France was built. The use of wheat and olive branches on the reverse symbolizes prosperity, peace, and agricultural abundance. France has long been one of Europe's major agricultural powers, and rural traditions played a large role in shaping the national economy and culture. By placing these symbols on circulating coinage, France connected ordinary commerce with national heritage. The 1997 20-centimes coin was produced in aluminum-bronze alloy. It had a golden appearance despite containing no precious metal. The coin weighed about 4 grams and measured 23.5 millimeters in diameter. It had a plain edge without reading. These characteristics made it lightweight, durable, and practical for daily circulation. Coin database +1. The coin was minted in Pessac, France, at the facilities of the Monnaie de Paris, the French mint institution. The Monnaie de Paris is one of the oldest minting organizations in the world, founded in 864 during the reign of King Charles the Bald. For more than 1,000 years, it has produced French coins, medals, and artistic works. The institution survived monarchies, revolutions, empires, and republics, making it a remarkable symbol of continuity in French history. In 1997, hundreds of millions of these coins were struck for circulation. Sources estimate the mintage at more than 436 million examples, making the coin very common. Because of this enormous production, the coin is not considered rare today. Most circulated examples are worth only a small amount above face value. However, uncirculated specimens and special collector editions can attract interest from numismatists. Coin database +2. The engraver associated with the design was Henri Lagrefouille, an important French sculptor and artist. Born in 1907, Lagrefouille became known for his classical style and public monuments. His work reflected elegance, balance, and clarity. Through the portrait of Marianne, he contributed to the visual identity of modern French coinage. His artistic influence gave the coin a refined appearance despite its small denomination. The coin also includes mint marks that identify the mint and chief engraver. A cornucopia symbol represents the Paris Mint, while a B mark identifies the chief engraver Pierre Rodier during that period. These small details are important to collectors because mint marks help determine authenticity, origin, and production period. Coin database +1. To fully understand the significance of the 1997 20-centimes coin, it is necessary to examine the history of the French franc itself. The franc originated in medieval France and evolved through many political eras. The modern franc emerged strongly after the French Revolution, when revolutionary leaders attempted to create a rational decimal currency system. France became one of the first countries to widely adopt decimalized money, influencing monetary systems around the world. For many French citizens, the disappearance of the franc carried emotional significance. The franc had existed through generations of family life, economic struggle, and national history. Older people especially remembered the franc as part of their identity. Coins such as the 20-centimes piece were connected to memories of shopping, childhood, transportation, and ordinary routines. The transition to the euro brought economic advantages, but also feelings of nostalgia. Today, the 1997 20-centimes coin remains common among collectors of world coins. Because of its affordability, it is often included in beginner collections. Many collectors appreciate it for its artistic design rather than rarity. Its Marianne portrait and Republican motto make it visually appealing and historically meaningful. Some special versions of the coin were produced in higher quality collector formats, such as brilliant uncirculated and Belle Épreuve editions. These coins received polished finishes and careful striking techniques. Collector versions were sold in official mint sets and preserved in protective packaging. Limited proof-style editions are much scarcer than ordinary circulation coins. M&As +1. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, often reveals larger historical stories through small objects. The 1997 French 20-centimes coin illustrates this perfectly. A simple coin can reveal information about politics, art, economics, national identity, metallurgy, and international change. Through one small coin, historians can study the transition from national currencies to the euro, the symbolism of Republican France, and the artistic traditions of state coinage. Coins also serve as tools of communication. Governments choose symbols carefully because coins circulate among millions of citizens. Marianne communicated the ideals of the Republic. The motto liberty, equality, fraternity reinforced civic values. Agricultural imagery celebrated prosperity and peace. Every design element carried meaning. The French tradition of placing Marianne on coins connects modern France with revolutionary history. During the Revolution of 1789, France rejected monarchy and promoted republican citizenship. Marianne became a female embodiment of liberty and civic virtue. Over time, artists created many versions of Marianne, each reflecting the style and politics of its era. The 1997 coin continued this tradition in modern form. The Phrygian cap worn by Marianne has deep historical roots. In ancient times, it symbolized freedom among emancipated slaves. Revolutionary movements later adopted it as a sign of liberty. During the French Revolution, citizens and revolutionaries wore red Phrygian caps as political symbols. By placing the cap on Marianne, French coin designers linked modern democracy with revolutionary ideals. The phrase liberté, égalité, fraternité also deserves attention. Liberty refers to freedom of thought, speech, and political participation. Equality emphasizes equal rights before the law. Fraternity expresses solidarity and social unity among citizens. Although the meaning of these ideals has been debated throughout French history, they remain central to the national identity of France. The late 20th century was a period of change in European coinage. Before the euro, each country had its own currency designs and denominations. Coins expressed national culture through local symbols and historical figures. After the euro's introduction, European countries adopted shared values while retaining some national designs on one side of euro coins. France continued using Marianne imagery on euro coinage, preserving continuity with earlier franc coins. Collectors often compare pre-euro coins from different European countries because they represent a vanished monetary landscape. The 1997 French 20-centimes coin belongs to this broader historical moment. Similar small denomination coins from Germany, Italy, Spain, Belgium, and other nations disappeared after the euro unified much of Europe's currency system. In terms of market value, ordinary circulated examples of the 1997 20-centimes coin are inexpensive because of their high mintage. Most examples sell for only a few cents or a small premium. However, coins in mint condition or unusual minting errors may interest collectors. Numismatic value depends on rarity, preservation quality, demand, and historical interest. Forenum.com+1. Condition is extremely important in coin collecting. A heavily worn coin may have little collector value, while a perfectly preserved coin can be worth significantly more. Collectors use grading systems to evaluate preservation. Terms such as fine, very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated describe levels of wear and detail retention. The 1997 French 20-centimes coin is also part of educational collections used to teach European history and economics. Teachers sometimes use pre-euro coins to explain the development of the European Union and the transition to shared currency systems. Because the coin is affordable and visually attractive, it is useful in classrooms and museums. Another interesting aspect of the coin is its material composition. Aluminum-bronze alloys were widely used in modern coinage because they resisted corrosion and had a pleasant golden color. Governments preferred such metals for low-value coins because precious metals like silver became too expensive for circulation coinage during the 20th century. The shift away from silver and gold coins reflected broader economic changes. Earlier centuries linked money directly to precious metal value, but modern economies relied increasingly on fiat currency, supported by government authority rather than metal content. By 1997, the French 20-centimes coin had symbolic and practical value rather than intrinsic metal worth. Even though millions were produced, many examples of the coin disappeared over time through loss, melting, or exchange during the euro transition. Some remain hidden in drawers, old wallets, or family collections. Others circulate among collectors worldwide as reminders of pre-euro Europe. For historians, ordinary coins are valuable because they connect everyday life with major historical processes. Political speeches and treaties reveal official decisions, but coins reveal how ordinary people experienced economic systems. Every purchase made with a 20-centimes coin represented participation in the daily life of France during the late 20th century. The 1997 French 20-centimes coin therefore stands at the crossroads of history. It belongs to the ancient tradition of French republican symbolism, while also marking the final years of the franc. It reflects the artistic legacy of Marianne, the economic transformation of Europe, and the ordinary experiences of millions of citizens. Today, when people examine this coin, they see more than metal. They see the memory of a currency that shaped generations of French life. They see the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity engraved into everyday objects. They see the transition from national identity toward European integration, and they see how even the smallest coin can preserve the story of a nation. In conclusion, the 1997 French 20-centimes coin is an important historical artifact despite its modest denomination. Its design honors the French Republic and revolutionary ideals. Its production reflects the industrial and artistic standards of modern French minting. Its circulation belongs to the final chapter of the French franc before the rise of the euro. For collectors and historians alike, this small coin remains a powerful reminder of France's political heritage, cultural identity, and place within modern Europe. The coin was minted in Pessac, France, at the facilities of the Monnaie de Paris, the French mint institution. The Monnaie de Paris is one of the oldest minting organizations in the world, founded in 864 during the reign of King Charles the Bald. For more than 1,000 years, it has produced French coins, medals, and artistic works. The institution survived monarchies, revolutions, empires, and republics, making it a remarkable symbol of continuity in French history. In 1997, hundreds of millions of these coins were struck for circulation. Sources estimate the mintage at more than 436 million examples, making the coin very common. Because of this enormous production, the coin is not considered rare today. Most circulated examples are worth only a small amount above face value. However, uncirculated specimens and special collector editions can attract interest from numismatists. Coin Database Plus 2. The engraver associated with the design was Henri Lagreffoul, an important French sculptor and artist. Born in 1907, Lagreffoul became known for his classical style and public monuments. His work reflected elegance, balance, and clarity. Through the portrait of Marianne, he contributed to the visual identity of modern French coinage. His artistic influence gave the coin a refined appearance despite its small denomination. The coin also includes mint marks that identify the mint and chief engraver. A cornucopia symbol represents the Paris Mint, while a B mark identifies the chief engraver Pierre Rodier during that period. These small details are important to collectors because mint marks help determine authenticity, origin, and production period. Coin Database Plus 1. To fully understand the significance of the 1997 20-centimes coin, it is necessary to examine the history of the French franc itself. The franc originated in medieval France and evolved through many political eras. The modern franc emerged strongly after the French Revolution, when revolutionary leaders attempted to create a rational decimal currency system. France became one of the first countries to widely adopt decimalized money, influencing monetary systems around the world. During the 19th century, the franc became one of Europe's major currencies. It circulated not only in France, but also in colonies and territories connected to French influence. The franc played an important role in international trade and finance. However, the 20th century brought wars, inflation, and economic instability that weakened the currency. After the Second World War, France rebuilt its economy through modernization and industrial growth. Inflation remained a challenge, and in 1960 the government introduced the new franc, worth 100 old francs. The 20-centimes denomination became part of this reformed currency system. Coins issued during the Fifth Republic reflected both economic modernization and republican symbolism. By the 1990s, Europe was moving toward deeper economic integration. The Maastricht Treaty of 1992 established the framework for a common European currency. France became one of the leading supporters of monetary union. As preparations for the euro advanced, coins like the 1997 20-centimes represented the final stage of independent French national currency. At the time, France was governed by President Jacques Chirac, who served from 1995 to 2007. The late 1990s were marked by globalization, European cooperation, technological growth, and social debate within France. While citizens used francs in daily life, many already knew that the euro would soon replace them. The euro officially entered financial markets in 1999, though physical euro coins and banknotes did not begin circulating until January 2002. During the transition period, French francs remained legal tender. Eventually, however, older coins disappeared from circulation as people exchanged them for euros. The 1997 20-centimes coin thus became part of monetary history rather than everyday commerce.